Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
We have a multifaceted fire setup for the next couple of days. In the west side valleys, we have red flag warnings in place because of the gusty winds and the low relative humidity. Then over on the east side, we have red flag warnings in place because there will be an abundance of lightning over critically dry fuels. So all in all, a very dangerous set of fire days that we're going to have over the next 48 hours. Current temperatures this midday already pretty warm, 70s and 80s inland, and we're at 61 degrees there along the coast in Brookings. Air quality, for the most part, has been pretty good, still tracking some very thin smoke in Grants Pass and Medford, but elsewhere we are looking pretty good. Now, a little bit later in the day, those fires are going to start to flare up. This model in particular, and it's not always perfect, so keep that in mind, but this model is picking up on a lot of thick smoke in northern Klamath and Lake counties. In fact, this model is actually maxing out some of the smoke up there. So if that comes to fruition, air quality is going to drop and in a hurry. And then as we head into Tuesday, looks like the smoke output from some of those Umpqua National Forest fires won't be as great, but we'll still definitely have a lot of thin smoke. Predominantly over on the west side. That's been a reversal from what we saw last week, where most of it was actually on the east side. So this is going to be the pattern for the next couple of days. Our weather right now is being driven by this big swirl in the atmosphere. It's also known as a cutoff low, and all of that is going to draw a lot of moisture into this area over the next, again, 48 hours, at least over on the east side, because that's where we're expecting thunderstorms to start to flare up during the afternoon and during the evening, some of them even lingering into Tuesday morning. And then by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, it looks like the forecast just kind of repeats itself, because we'll have more thunderstorms working from the south up towards the north, primarily in Klamath and Lake counties. So for today, we will be hot. We're going to be hazy. Remember, a lot of that smoke is over on the west side, but then some of it immediately downwind of the Potter and Wendigo and Big Swamp fires. And again, the thunderstorms primarily in Klamath and Lake counties for today. We're all going to be breezy today inland, winds gusting out of the west and southwest anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. And then overnight, some of those thunderstorms lingering in Klamath County. Elsewhere, we'll just be dealing with the haze, again, especially downwind of some of those fires that I already talked about. Temperatures overnight really won't be the big story, even though they'll be in the 50s over on the east side, 60s for our west side valleys, and more marine layer fog and clouds there along the coast. And that thunderstorm forecast that I was showing you for Tuesday, that one's going to be a little bit more spicy, if you will, compared to Monday, because the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, has outlined this marginal threat for severe weather in northern Klamath and Lake counties. The main threat will be for lightning, but we could also see some small hail and some gusty thunderstorm winds as well. Now, with this cold front, that big swirl that you saw in the atmosphere, with that moving through in the Tuesday to Wednesday timeframe, temperatures are really going to take a drop on Wednesday. They'll actually be a little bit below average before they stabilize a bit later in the week. So here's the bottom line for the forecast. We'll see thunderstorms for today and tomorrow, again, primarily over on the east side. And that will also contribute to the critical fire danger that we'll see for today and tomorrow. And we'll have more smoke and haze swirling around the Newswatch 12 viewing area. So here's your 7-day forecast. Along the coast, we will see the marine layer sort of fade away as we get into the later portions of the week, expecting more sunshine and some warmer temperatures. And then for Siskiyou County, today and tomorrow will likely be the most dangerous fire days of the year, at least thus far, with very dry conditions and very breezy conditions as well. And then for the basin, we'll also see some critical fire danger, but this more has to deal with the thunderstorm threat that we'll see for the next couple of days. There is still a threat for thunderstorms up in the Cascades, although it's not looking nearly as impressive as what we're going to observe in the Klamath and Great Basins. And then for the Rogue Valley, critical fire danger for tomorrow. Things hopefully getting a little bit better fire-wise as we head into Wednesday.
And obviously we can't control the weather, but over the next 2 days, knowing that you're so concerned about some of the fire danger that we're seeing, what are things that people can do to help alleviate that problem a little bit?
Follow all the local guidelines. So of course they change with different counties and municipalities, but look those up and make sure you're not committing any party fouls, if you will. And of course, always try to stay up to date with the latest evacuation orders, having the Newswatch 12 app on hand, and that would be just one good idea over the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I think at this point during fire season, not having the app is a party foul as well.
Yes.
Thank you, Josh.